Welcome, gathered friends, and thank you for joining us as we once again light the lantern and begin another adventure. Tonight we will be playing Era of the Dragons, our D&D homebrew game. My name is Archangelic, or Mal, and my pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be your game master. So let us go ahead and introduce our players. We'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everybody. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. Today I will be playing Fenxiris Roxalar, a gem dragonborn cleric slash rogue, mostly rogue. She uses she, her pronouns. I use he, they pronouns.
Excellent. Levi.
Hello, I am Levi, and today I shall be playing Torsten Pinewalker, the half-elf armor artificer. We both use he, they pronouns.
And Jaden.
Hello, friends. My name is Siliqui, or Jaden. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I'll be playing the tiefling barbarian named Grief. Grief uses he, they pronouns and also uses a combat wheelchair. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, so I like to play that in-game. The combat wheelchair is designed by Mark Thompson, who you can find on Twitter at the username MustangsArt, and the info is also linked in our chat. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat right now. You can click on that. It will take you to all of our various social media pages, so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us for the Era of the Dragons. This is our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. We stream this game most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, most Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our Monte Cook Games Cypher System actual play, and we built the world collaboratively using I'm Sorry, Did You Say Street Magic? That world building session has been uploaded to Patreon as a Patreon exclusive, and it can be unlocked at any paid tier, and our tiers start at $1, so check that out if you're interested. Most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. We also record an audiocast after show for some of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon, patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all and have a little bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we are sharing the GoFundMes for various families. The first family we are trying to help out is the Masood family. Dahlia, her husband Rami, and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami formerly worked as pharmacists, but they have since lost their home and their pharmacy. Their goal is set at 58,000 euros, and they have raised 39,574 euros as of this afternoon. Any help and support that you can offer would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and on our link tree. Thanks so much, friends.
Thank you so much for those announcements. So, a little recap. So, after helping clear out some of the restoration's activities in the Northern Reach, specifically surrounding an ancient giant castle, which you promptly crashed into the mountains, strewing gold throughout the realms, you returned to Winter's Keep and volunteered to help Awadir, the custodian of Winter's Keep and the Northern Reach. You're helping escort him to Vrusea by way of Iceport. There is another meeting of the world's leaders to determine what the next steps are to deal with the restoration and their cult of dragon worshippers. On the way to Iceport, you set up camp for the first night on the first leg of this trip. During the night, you stood watch, and Dirk, the suspicious counselor to Awadir, who you have not heard good things about, specifically from the High Priestess Camille, who is very suspicious of his intentions with the custodian of Winter's Keep. He stepped away during the night, just for a moment. Grief, I believe, followed him to listen in, and you heard him speaking to someone about what to do next. But were unable to understand the other half of that conversation. Before you could fully react to what was going on, he began violently changing shape and grew in size. And that is where we pick up. One moment. Let's get this going. So we find ourselves on the battlefield. Snow falls around you. Dirk, whose flesh is forfeit, stands before you. His leathery wings are outstretched. You have been fighting him. You have seen what he is capable of. The heat rolls off of him as if he himself is a fire. All will fall. Your kings, your lords, your armies, chaos will rule once again. Those that desire will listen and destroy. And it is Dirk, whose flesh is forfeit. It is his turn in combat. He lifts the fiery whip in his hand, and he is going to lash out against Awitdir. So he will make an attack roll with his whip. That is a 21 to hit from him. The whip cracks out over your head, Grief. You can feel the heat from it. It wraps around Awitdir. The whip attack does some initial damage. It does 2d6 plus 8 slashing, plus 3d6 fire damage immediately on hit. That is 27 damage to Awitdir. He goes unconscious immediately. And he is also pulled. He automatically fails the saving throw, so he's pulled 25 feet closer to this creature. The sword is still in its left hand, and it crackles out against you, Grief. That is a natural 20 to hit.
Of course it is.
Okay, so you're raging, which means you take half of the slashing damage, right? So
I'm a bear. So I don't know if that drops, and I also don't know if as a bear, if that gets rid of my natural fire resistant as a tiefling.
No. This would not. It's you still get those features on top of this. So you're going to just take half of this in general because you have resistance to both bludgeoning and slashing, and this is lightning damage though. So you will take the full force of that.
Okay.
And
I do have the werebear has damage immunities, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks that aren't silvered, just as a
correct. All of this creature's attacks are magical. So
okay, cool.
Yes. So what's half of 36? That's a number.
It's certainly a number.
18. You take 18 slashing damage and 24 lightning damage.
Okay. 18, and then what was the other?
24.
Sorry. Okay.
Excellent. That is its turn.
Also, do you have... Oh, yeah, it was a nat 20. Never mind.
Yes. Torsten, it is your turn. Awudir is down.
Yeah, Torsten is going to look back to Elric. How are you doing on magic?
He's panicking. And he let me actually pull up his character sheet and make sure. I'm pretty sure he's still pretty good. Yeah, let me look here. So that is... Oh, no, that's not where it is. I should have had his sheet pulled up. I apologize.
No worries.
Oh yeah, he's got most of his spell slots still available. So he's like, I can get Awudir. I can protect him.
Good. I'll get him out of danger. And Torsten will take the two like marionette string looking things, point them at Awudir, and will use Vortex Warp to teleport him. Let's see. That would be a con save on his end, but I assume that's a fail. So
yeah, he automatically fails everything. He's unconscious.
Mm-hmm. So I'll teleport him to. The range is 90 feet.
Okay.
So I'll teleport him. Let's see. I don't remember how to ping.
Click and hold.
Okay. To like here.
To there? Okay.
Perfect.
Excellent.
And then I still have my temp HP from my guardian stuff. And I don't believe there are any bonus actions I could take at the moment.
Okay.
So that is my turn.
Excellent. Elric springs into action. He's going to go up to him and he is going to cast Cure Wounds. Using... Awudir does not have very many hit points. So he's going to do this at 2nd level. I think. Yes. No, he's going to use his 1st level spell slots at the moment. You don't know what's going to happen next. So, but Cure Wounds, 2nd level. So that is 13 points of healing. He is no longer unconscious and incapacitated. So, all right. He is still prone though. Elric is going to, as a bonus action, do nothing because I don't think he has bonus actions. Let me just double check that. I don't believe Elric was already concentrating on anything. Elric is going to... No, he can't do that either. So he has used his spell slot. So that is everything for Elric. He is going to try and protect Awudir as best he can. Awudir is not going to back down. He's rousing from consciousness in Elric's arms. And he says, back off. Let me at him. And he's going to stand up from prone. He's going to take aim with his arrows. And try and hit. Got a 22 to hit the... hit Dirk with the arrow. So That is 7 points of damage, I believe. Oh, no, it is a magical bow. So. And he's going to do his second attack. 24 to hit. So he loses 2 arrows and they both find purchase in the massive creature that Dirk now is, for another 5 damage. So that is his turn. Grief, it is your turn.
All right. I was trying to update my HP in the VTT and it wouldn't let me. Just FYI.
Okay.
It keeps just making it a certain number, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, I'm going to try to bite out at this thing at advantage because flanked with the unicorn.
Yes, it is. You will have to take a step forward to get within
that's
5
fine.
feet. So
That's fine. Good, because that first one was a nat 1, so I'm glad we're rolling with advantage. All right, 17.
17 does not hit.
Okay. And then I get one more attack as a bear, so I'm gonna claw. I love when you roll the same number when you have advantage. So it's a 15 on the die plus 7.
Oh, that's enough. That'll
22?
work. Yeah.
Okay, and that is 2d8 plus 4. 18.
18. All right. This creature is very much hurt by your attacks, but has not backed down and probably will not. Is anything else for you?
I will just roar. It's not very intimidating because he probably also roars, but I'm just gonna roar as a bear.
Yeah, you roar and it just roars back at you. You feel like a furnace has been opened in front of you. And it is
I'm gonna watch a unicorn kill you. Oh, I can't say that I'm a bear, but I'm thinking it.
Do you want to back up 5 feet to get out of its fire aura?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Just scooch, just a little scooch.
Yeah. Just a little scooch back. Because the unicorn forgot to do that, and it's going to take 3d6 fire damage.
Oh, my poor bro.
That is 10 fire damage to the unicorn. Does he have any resistances? Immunities? Nope. So he says, that's not cool. Like, you need to chill out. And this unicorn is going to this unicorn also has legendary actions. But there's recover on its turn. It gets multi-attack, makes one with its hooves and one with its horns. So hoof attack coming in. 17 to hit does not hit. Now coming in with the horn. 22 does hit. For only 6 damage though.
Okay.
Excellent. And it's also going to back up. It's still not out of its threat range because the threat range is 10 feet around this creature. So, I think technically the threat range on this thing is 30 feet because of the whip. So, yeah. So you're welcome to move in that space as you wish. Fen, it is your turn.
Okay. Fen time. She's going to, surprise, pull out a psychic blade. Focus from her hiding spot, and then as quickly as she can, turns around the corner to the stairs, tosses it, aiming for his stupid face.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't have aimed for anything because even with advantage, I missed that. What is that? 14.
Yeah, that is not enough for this creature. So,
boy. Whoopsie. And then she's going to, real quick, how high up are we right there? If she's looking over the rampart.
Yes, you are. I'm gonna say probably like 5 to 8 feet. So, yeah, above the level where the where Dirk is standing currently. But from your perspective, you're probably about eye level with this creature.
For sure. Would I? Fen knows her body well enough. If I jumped off of this, would I hurt myself?
Oh no, you would not. You
Okay.
can definitely leap off the side here.
Okay. Vaulting over then. Uh, and then sliding over to the corner here and hiding again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth check.
Not using either of those die.
They need to
And
go to
that's
jail.
not much better. I need new D20s. That's oh my gosh. Stealth. Only because my stealth is out of control, that's a 19.
Okay.
A 6 on the die, just to clarify things.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right. We are back around to this thing's turn. It does not like that Grief you keep getting in the way and biting at it. So it is first going to try and attack you with the whip. That is a nat 1 on the whip attack.
Amazing.
Yeah. Which would still have been a 15. Just to FYI, this thing has a ridiculous amount of stuff on it. So, but it tries to hit you with the whip, and before you can even comprehend that the whip has missed, the sword is coming down above you. That is a lot. 32
Nice.
to hit.
Yeah, my AC as a bear is 15.
Okay. So we're gonna get some
So that's
damage.
like double my AC. No big deal.
That is okay. So that is 9 slashing damage and 12 lightning damage.
Was that 9 halved?
Yeah, that was halved.
Ow!
The original total was 30 damage. So yeah.
Jeez. Still good. Still okay. Surviving over here.
Excellent. So that is its turn. It has its 2 attacks. So Torsten, I think actually the unicorn is going to take an attack. Going to take some it's going to use 2 legendary actions. Grief, you get +2 bonus to AC. As it casts a shimmering shield over you. The horn glows and like just glitter and sparkles just kind of rain over you and land on you. You are now very glittery and you have a bonus to AC.
Sweet. As a bear, I give a thumbs up.
Bears don't have thumbs. They just have
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, with your bare hands.
Yes, with my bare hands.
Oh, man. Torsten, it is your turn.
We have fun here, folks. Torsten is going to walk that one. 5, 10, 15, 20. Closer to Grief. You said you're okay on hit points for now, right?
Yeah, I'm at 72 right now as a bear.
Fantastic. Grief will be pulling out from like a bandolier or something, a vial. Look at Grief as a bear. Grab 2 more vials, kind of like strap them together. Then mount them on a wrist launcher. Uh, then shoot them at one of Grief's shoulders as he casts haste. Now that it is a very a classic but elaborate spell, so that's concentration up to a minute. So your speed is doubled, +2 to AC, advantage on dex throws, and an additional action that can be used for a single weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use objects. And I will be putting all of that in the Zoom chat.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that is my only bonus action for now. So that is all, folks.
Okay. It is Elric's turn. He has healed up. Everyone seems mostly okay on HP. Y'all are doing pretty good. So he is going to take the opportunity to try something big here. Oh man, he's a Forge Cleric. He also does a lot of fire damage. Let's see. Non-magical weapon. Okay, so no, he does not have anything useful here. He's gonna cast a cantrip then. It's gonna be a sacred flame for him. So this thing needs to make a dexterity saving throw, to which it has advantage. And is an 18. Elric's save is 17. So it the sacred flame misses. He's trying his best, but this thing is immune to fire. And for a Forge Cleric, that's a problem. So Awadir is going to loose more arrows at his former counselor. There is a look of determination on his face, like he is separating himself from what he is doing. That is a 22 to hit for 10 piercing damage. Another arrow loosed. That is only 7 to hit. So that one misses. The wings are just flapping and it knocks the arrow away. Grief, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I will. Oops. That right there. I will reach out a claw. Mm, 20, no, not.
Yeah, that'll do it.
$13.
Okay.
So then I'm going to bite out as well. 25, no, not.
That'll hit.
$22.
22 damage.
Yes.
Okay. A solid strike.
And then I get an extra attack. Or, yeah, extra action. So I'll use that to attack one more time. 17. Which does not hit, if I recall correctly.
Correct. That does not hit. So. Is that, You did your additional attack with haste?
Yep, that's what I just did.
Okay,
So it's 3
cool.
attacks.
Okay. It's the unicorn's turn. Actually, at the end of Grief's turn, I think it's going to use its last legendary action before its turn to do a hooves attack. Oh, Grief, at the beginning of your turn, you would have taken... No, you've been moving back after attacking every time, right?
Let
Okay.
me move back again, because, yeah.
Oops, sorry. Cool. So this thing's going to make a hooves attack against this creature. A nat 20 to hit. For 9 bludgeoning damage. But that was just his last legendary action before his turn. So now it is the unicorn's turn. Okay, so let's see. This the unicorn is going to cast Dispel Evil and Good. Let's see. No, I don't know. Dismissal. Yes. So that's what it's going to do. It is concentration up to a minute. Shimmering energy surrounds and protects you from fey undead creatures originating from beyond the material plane. And as your action, you can make a melee spell attack against a celestial, an elemental, a fey, a fiend, or undead you can reach. On a hit, you attempt to drive the creature back to its home plane. The creature must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be sent back to its home plane if it isn't there already. If they are on their home plane, undead are sent back to the Shadowfell and fey are sent to the Feywild. Okay. Excellent. So as an action, the Dispel Evil and Good, going to use the Dismissal. Oh no, that's the action is to cast Dispel Good and Evil. So the magic begins to form around this thing. It needs to take another action to try and dismiss it. And he's like, the unicorn's like, I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm going to try and get rid of this guy for you. How about that?
I roar back.
Okay. Ben, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. Yeah, she's gonna pop around the corner. Another psychic blade. This time for sure. This time for sure. Pop around the corner. Sees just like the corner of this guy, I think, right now. So aims for the shoulder. Hey. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And misses again. I've tried 6 different D20s. All are rolling single digits.
Oh no. You're rolling with advantage and you've not been able to hit a 19.
No. That last one was at 14. So
fantastic.
I am doing terribly right now. So she's gonna continue around. I'm assuming this is a pillar or something.
Yes, that's a pillar. So
cool. Duck and hide.
Amazing. Okay.
And that's a natty 1. So I did not hiding successfully. Panicking, I think.
Yeah. It is not very concerned with you.
Which, fair, I guess.
You have not managed to land an attack on it. I don't think so.
No, I have not.
This creature, Dirk, whose flesh is forfeit. The flames erupt from the ground around it, forming a firestorm that, as the flames lift up, it disappears as it teleports over here. but that is its action. It cannot do anything else. Torsten, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Let's see. I'm 50 feet away from him now, so. Most of my stuff is either fire damage or melee or concentration. So, what I will do is. What I will do is let's see, 10-foot radius circle. So if I that's from 60 feet away from this. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. What I will instead do is move up to. Okay, Thor was 30 feet, so once again, move 20 feet. And I'm just going to. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, 30 feet. I'm just going to smack him with a Thorn Whip.
Fantastic.
That is a 22 for 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm helping. What size category is Dirk?
Dirk is currently huge.
Okay. So the thing that I didn't want to do anyway can't happen anyway. No bonus action that will help me right now, so that is my turn.
Okay.
And he'll call out, Casodia, get back!
Okay. It is Elric's turn. Elric did not want to be in this position, but here he is. He takes up his mace. He, with determination in his eyes, he is going to protect who he has been charged to protect. He focuses all his magic into his mace. It begins to glow with holy light as he casts holy weapon. It begins to shine brightly. You can see it like it's a beacon. And he is going to make a melee attack. That is a 23 to hit. For 12 damage just from the mace, and he's going to do an additional amount of radiant damage from his holy weapon. Holy weapon does an additional 2d8 radiant. for an additional 12 radiant damage. This thing barely stands before you. It is the end of Elric's turn. And Awadir says, as it is Awadir's turn, he looks to Dirk, his former friend, maybe? He says, I don't know what you've done. I don't know what has taken you. But I'm sorry. You must be stopped. And he is going to draw his... He's going to take a step back. This thing's threat range. He is stepping back as he is saying this, and he draws his arrow for one more attack. That is only a 13 to hit on the first attack. And a nat 1 on the second. You can see that his hand is trembling and shaking as he can't quite make it work. He can't quite take aim the way he needs to. Grief, it is your turn.
So I know I'm a bear, but do I know if killing this creature is going to kill Dirk, or do I know that Dirk is already gone?
Ooh, make me a religion check.
A whopping 8.
You have no idea. Your best guess is that if you kill him in this form, it'll probably kill him. That's the assumption you have to make.
Okay. And I know that as like when you're using weapons, you can choose not to take somebody all the way down. Can I do that in bear form as well? Or am I kind of...
Yes,
Okay.
you can. Yeah, if you want to try and make this creature unconscious, yeah.
Let's see. Then I'm going to charge over. I have double now, so it's 80. Oh, I still have the measuring tool. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And it should still be the green. The green should still indicate your speed.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go right there. It's fine. Okay. $23 non-nat.
23 non-nat hits.
Right, fantastic. I'm biting out. That is 2d10 plus 4. Oh no. Lost one. So that's 9.
What's it look like as you take down?
I think I'm gonna bite out at like its shoulder and try and like pull him down. You're muted, babe.
Okay, you bite out. You latch onto his shoulder. You pull it down to the ground. The wings are like trying to fight you off as the wounds it has taken is just too much. The necrotic damage from your axe earlier on just has moved through it, and you can see exposed skeleton underneath. It hits the ground hard. From the wounds, what looks like hands begin to reach out but they don't grab out from the body. They are grabbing onto this creature's flesh, its form. The skin around it is becoming these hands and is being pulled on as if trying to be pulled down into the ground. You may not have wanted to kill it, but something else has decided it's time to go. And as it is pulled apart, the fiery core inside of it bursts out. I need everyone within 30 feet of this creature to make a dexterity saving throw. Atwood Deer got a 3 on the dex save.
Bear doesn't have a stat for saving throws.
It would just be you have advantage because
Yeah,
of
I know
haste.
that.
So but use the dex stat. So
Okay. Even at advantage, that's only a 9 for me.
okay. Elric got 6.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Nice.
All right. All right. Torsten, you're going to take half. But everyone else is going to take 20d6 fire damage. That
Holy
is
fuck.
60 fire damage. Torsten, you take 30.
Wait, but I
Is-
have, as a tiefling, I'm fire resistant,
So you take half.
so it's half. Okay. Oh no. So 30.
Is
Yeah.
our dear dead?
If
my
he
God.
had 15 HP instead of 16 HP, yes, he would be. Wait, no, he dies.
Oh shit.
Shit, indeed.
Atwood Deer goes down immediately, burnt and charred and singed. As the fire and ashes fall around you, mixing with the snow, Elric scrambles.
Fen is gonna start by coming around the corner thinking that there'd still be an enemy over here and realizes nothing's happened. It's gone. Heard the explosion, runs into the fire accidentally. Whoopsie. And seeing Owit, she's gonna drop a spare the dying on him real quick.
It has no effect. Atwood Deer is dead.
Oh. Elric.
Because it was more than
Do we have a diamond? Do we have something?
Let me check. I just got a lot of jewelry recently. I'm gonna
Yeah.
dig through my inventory.
Torsten also fumbles out his pockets. Shit.
do I sense that like danger has passed? Or do I need to keep this temporary HP for a bit?
You watch the body of this thing. Even as that core explodes, you see that the hands have pulled it down into the earth. The earth seems to just seal up behind it. It is gone.
Okay, I'll drop bear form then.
So Mal,
Yes.
when I was going through the Dragon's Hoard and grabbing assorted gems, would any of them been a diamond?
Yes, they might have. Let's go ahead and get a luck check here.
Okay. Oh boy, all checks have been going great for me. Let's find out.
Is there any way to assist?
No,
Or
this
just
is
straight luck,
this is
right?
straight
There's nothing
luck.
I can do.
What just out of curiosity, how do you do luck checks? Is it a D100?
I do a D20, 10 or
D20.
higher is good.
Gotcha. Oh,
So
that's
it's
not good. So, okay, here we go. Okay, unshockingly, that was a 7. Yeah. So no, got a lot of other lovely jewelry. No diamonds. We gotta we gotta get back to town. We gotta
Like,
get
I'm
back to
pretty
town
sure
and
we have
quick.
plenty of gold. I don't know if we have. I'm
I'm
looking through
not
all
good.
my notes.
Well, well,
Um,
I don't think we have time.
we don't have time. We have to. It's
It's is there not there's not a way to I, it's an immediate thing? I thought you
yeah.
had some time on this.
No. Maybe a more powerful cleric can. But I only have the ability right away. I only have the ability to bring back the soul when it hasn't left yet.
Wait. Wait. Do I not?
Right, I'm like frantically searching my notes.
Uh, I thought for sure. I don't have that ability. Okay.
Yep.
Do you? Can we keep the body safe? Do you have a spell to do that? I don't. I don't. This isn't my
Uh,
job. I'm a blacksmith.
Have
yes.
a bag of holding.
I had the ability to spare the dying, but I don't have the ability to bring back the dead or even prevent them from passing on from this world. I
All I can do is just keep him covered.
Yeah, like best I can do is try and get the body into the bag of holding where nothing breathes or anything. So, in theory,
I mean, there's only 10 minutes of air in there, so
That might work, but
yeah.
unless you are able to put him into a gentle repose, I don't know if the magics I have can revive him either way.
well, I'm sure we can find somebody who could help bring him back.
Esport might have somebody. That's our best shot.
Mm-hmm.
And we make haste.
Mhm.
We don't stop till we get there.
Let's wrap the body in and try to get it into the bag of holding.
let's move with haste, everyone. Fenxiris is going to gather up all camp supplies and load them into the sleigh as fast as she can.
Yeah, Torsten's gonna help with that.
Okay, you get the sleigh loaded up. You load his body on board. And that's where we're going to take our break as you begin to head out toward Iceport to find anyone to help you. It is the middle of the night and it's going to be a rough journey. But we'll see what happens. So we are going to take our break. We will be back in 10 to 15 minutes. We hope to see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Dear, lays on the ground. You are still in the process of discussing what's going to happen. You're talking about loading up the cart and making haste to Iceport. Fen, you feel something like ice cold, like around your chest. A necklace that was given to you.
Wait. Fenn's gonna pull it off around her neck and be like, is it, okay, and is gonna put it around Awat Deer's neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then hold it on his chest.
Yeah. You recall in that moment the witch who you saw before heading out on this journey onto the tundra outside of Iceport, the witch Sheila, worshiper of Wergen. You remember the frozen skeleton of a moose in the middle of a lake decorated with her offerings. She offered you a boon on the way out. She gave you each an amulet in exchange for some precious items from you, some gold, some dust from a mummy. And you place this amulet carved of moose antler, but in the shape of a moose skull. You press it against this chest. Ice just begins to pull from it as if it's pulling all the heat out of his body. But then it's replaced with the warmth as it melts away. And Awat Deer takes a huge breath. He is still singed and burned. He's still very much hurt. But the amulet falls away like it was made of snow. But he is alive.
Welcome back, Awat. And Ben's going to put a shoulder on his... Put a hand on his shoulder. Wow, not put a shoulder on his hand. That'd be weird. The other way around. And drop a cure wounds on him.
Where's Dirk? Where is he?
The demon. I'm pretty sure Dirk wasn't coming back, but when the demon was taken, Dirk did not appear. It was a very weak cure wounds. That was a 4.
Okay. I think Elric sees that he's alive and yells to... I imagine the two of you have gone to try and load up the cart, and he says, "Grief, Torsten, he's alive. He's alive."
Oh, thank God. It's okay. Okay.
Was he at 0 HP?
Or I would say that brought him up to 1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Circle of Mortality will allow me to do full healing, but only to somebody with 0 HP. So.
In this case, this very special case, I will allow that.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In which case, that's 10 HP back to Awat Deer.
Okay. All right.
Rather than 4.
He says, how am I gonna roll this? What am I gonna do? He's the one who knows everything.
He knew how to get around rules and break laws. He while you were out doing other things, he was taking advantage of your kingdom, unfortunately. And given what happened, I suspect he made a pact with that demon. And when you make pacts with demons, that terrible things like that happen. But that it's demons don't just appear on the planet. They they have to, somebody has to summon them. So given what we saw, I think unfortunately your advisor had done something terribly awful, and has paid a terrible price because of it. But I, I, it is sad that he is gone. He was a human being, after all. But it, your, it is important to know that, and we were going to explain this to you, but your community has been hurt by him being really in charge. That if the people of town wanted to tell you this, but he prevented them from saying anything. He prevented them from getting to you to say that they were struggling.
I would like you to make me a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
It's not going to be a high DC. I just want to see.
Yeah, huh?
You say that now. Can I help action to give advantage?
Yes. Yeah.
And I'll just say respectfully, he wasn't a terribly kind man.
No, I knew that.
Okay, that
I
gives you
should not be
advantage,
rolling
Fen.
tonight. I should not be rolling tonight. That's that with advantage. That's a 5.
Poor Fen is having a night.
This my D20s are cursed tonight, and I don't know why.
I'll flash a genius that to at least make that a 9.
Oh, thanks. All right.
If it helps.
Maybe.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
Oh, it's true. No, you're not wrong.
Oh man. With a 9. He's not filled with confidence by what you're saying. It seems to continue to distress him further. He says, I'm not a king, and I never have been, and I don't want to be.
Right. And we're not.
It's okay. And if everyone had gotten their shit together, if all the groups of Northern Reach had gotten their shit together, I probably would be king. But I don't know if that's something that I want. And at least Dirk helped me figure out how to maintain a kingdom without being a king.
Well, he probably didn't have all that information just in his head. Certainly, there are enough qualified people in the. You have a third of the continent. There's got to be somebody else who's qualified.
Yeah, that there are others in the world, but I will also say you have a religious advisor just in your town that was really cared about your kingdom and wanted to see the best for it. And I think as long as you make it clear to her that not just the people of town, but everyone in the kingdom matters, I think she will understand and help honor that if you seek her advice.
And you're not alone. No one really leads alone. So if you have good people around you to help support things, then you can have a much more positive impact.
It's become apparent that I have failed to lead the way I should have. But you don't stop to mourn an arrow that missed. You take the next shot. I think we all need to rest, and I need to collect myself.
Okay.
For sure.
The northern lights shine brightly overhead, greens and purples. Where it was dark and you were only lit by the light of the fire, the surrounding landscape shines as if it is mid-morning. It is as if it's dawn right now. The light is so intense and bright. Awadir speaks a small prayer in a language you don't comprehend, probably in the tongue of his people, and looks up to the northern lights. And he says, well, you all are promoted from simple bodyguards to my companions on this journey. When I understand that things might change once we get to Rusea, but I will need your help to get there. That has been made abundantly apparent.
Of course.
More than willing to help.
Of course.
He stands up and he goes to begin to collect the arrows that he launched through the battle. Not quickly, taking his time, taking each step carefully. Gathers them up one by one, inspects them, quivers the ones that are salvageable, and tosses the rest into the fire. He says, let us rest. At dawn, we will head to Iceport.
Sound plan. Yeah, Torsten's going to get set up to rest, and as haste ends, Grief is incredibly tired for a second as the adrenaline rush wears off.
Yeah, this kind of wave of exhaustion is not foreign to you.
Mhm.
You I feel like, especially as one who relies on your rage, you know that feeling of coming down, but this hit does hit you a little harder than that.
One thing that Fen is going to do is she's going to stand on top of the area where the demon got pulled downwards. Are there still signs on the ground of that? Because she wasn't actually in sight of what happened there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have you roll religion or investigation, your choice.
Okay. Oh my goodness, it's a Double digit. It's 17 on the die. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It does happen on an inconsequential roll. Fantastic. Oh my god. Also, my investigation is broken, so that'd be a 28. If you want it to be more reasonable, my religion is only 3, so that'd be 20.
Okay. That's still very good.
It is.
You what are,
Especially tonight.
you said you were looking for evidence of something. You wanted to know if there was evidence of
Yeah, Fen knows based on what she was hearing, kind of what happened in terms of the demon being pulled back downwards. But she didn't see it because she was hiding and it bamfed away from her, so she was way out of the distance from from where that happened. So she was just trying to figure out where it happened specifically, because she wants to perform an impromptu rite.
Hmm. Absolutely. You see the scorch marks on here, and what initially appears to just be the scorch marks from whatever explosion happened from this thing going down. You see that there are the scorch marks are claw marks. Something was dragged down. You see multiple of these claw marks around, but they wipe away as if they are just soot. But you can feel the scar of some passageway between realms being opened in this spot.
All right. Finn's gonna stand directly on top of it. Like, it's central to the spot. And in case anybody's around, she's gonna kind of wave them back a bit. Dirk, I don't know what awaits you in this afterlife, but you opened up to us in your last day, and you sounded like you were one heck of a guy. uh, so may you find peace in the afterlife. And she's going to, again, impromptu here, she's going to cast Word of Radiance on the ground around. It's on itself, essentially, but it's around her, which it is technically an attack, but it's a burning radiance erupts from Fen up to 5 feet away. And I'm just picturing a green glowing light going out from Fen.
Absolutely. Yeah, this light radiates from you, and the soot on the ground lifts away as it spreads from you, giving the heat that you felt underneath it. The scar of this place seems to seal up. You cleanse whatever came through here to gather that whose flesh is forfeit. The energy dissipates, and you no longer feel the scar there. It is calm. Snow begins to drift back in place.
Well, we didn't get a full night's sleep. Are we keeping a watch again? I mean, I would personally advise it, but
Yeah. I can finish out my watch.
Yeah. You call your watches. You rest through the night. As morning comes and the light begins to fill the sky, the aurora recedes away. As Agilise, the queen of the ribbon, dances away, and the Lord of the Day takes over. You gain the benefits of a long rest.
Do I need to roll at all?
No, you fill all your HP. So
Cool.
Yeah, Torsten still would have taken the final watch, so
okay.
He sets up whatever rations we had as a meager breakfast. Tries to figure out where that game trap was placed.
Yeah. It's easy enough to spot, and yeah, there is a rabbit in there. Caught for the morning meal.
Mm-hmm. Torsten probably knows how to clean it. Not particular experience, but he knows how to do it relatively safely without losing too much.
Yeah, and if you bring it to camp, and Awadir will probably wake early.
Mm-hmm.
He very much knows how to handle it. In fact, he lets you do it, but he gives you slight directions to guide you.
Excellent.
And he's already melting snow to get drinking water and prepare for the journey ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Howard, I've been thinking. Number one, you know this, I think, but I want to confirm that you know this. That demon was not Dirk. And because I know this, because that demon was after you like nobody's business. That's not what Dirk would do. But also, importantly, I want to note, that demon was after you, which means you're doing something right. Or you have the ability to do something right. And I don't know which one it is. But take that to heart. Because if the demons are coming to stop you from doing something, it means you're on the right path.
He nods. He says, I know that Dirk never gave a good impression, not to anyone. But he was my friend. You know, I may have chosen not to pay attention to certain aspects of ruling and allowed him to take advantage of that situation. But when I needed someone to speak to, when I needed to solve a problem, he was there, and he did help me. I had even less idea of how to rule when I first came to Winter's Keep. I think you're right. I think we continue to Versailles. We do what we must. We join forces with anyone who will join us. And we stop these dragon-worshipping motherfuckers forever.
Agreed.
You're here.
Aye.
And yeah, you have your breakfast. Awadir begins to break down camp, rolling up the tarps that he has set up, loading them onto the sleigh.
Mm-hmm.
And you head out.
right. I think we should, as a party, we should probably take turns, keeping watch. This is still a dangerous area we're traveling through. But like the permanent white of the snow is causing. I know it's got to be affecting y'all. My eyes are tripping out from watching too long. So, if we want to take turns sitting up front, I'd advise it. And also driving the sleigh, I don't think you should be spending the entire time doing it.
Mm. He says, wait a moment. And he's like, might have to make adjustments in this design, but he takes out some of the firewood that you have gathered. He cuts off smaller sections and he begins to carve out something, little slips of something with little slits in there, and he says, put these over your eyes. It'll keep the glare out. I have my own, but I'm a little more used to it than most. He kind of adjusts yours, Fen, to like kind of be split out. Your eyes are a little more wide set apart.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Neat.
It's actually super helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It says, yeah, very simple to make. If you have something to tie them together, I mean, even if you can just hold them up to your eyes, it's incredibly helpful.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
But yeah, you continue to make your way towards Iceport. You're going to. It'll probably take you. You'll probably reach Iceport or the edges of Iceport by nightfall.
Okay.
At the pace that he has set for you. He says, we shouldn't run into any more issues. Most the worms you encountered, they tend to stay up higher in the mountains where it stays frozen longer. When the warm months come, these lowlands will melt first. So, but we should be safe.
Anything else we would simply outpace.
That's the hope. Yeah, when you see worms, usually it's best to run.
Yeah. Not get swallowed.
Yes. Yeah. There, and if you need a name for the worm that you saw, they are called remoras. They seem to have a way to heat this snow. Sometimes their caves can act as shelter even.
Oh.
And their blood can be used for many medical applications. Healing properties. Cauterizing wounds.
You really know your stuff.
My people have traveled these lands. We travel to places most people would never. We learned to survive on what was here.
Can I get like an emotional vibe check on Ovid?
Give me an insight check.
That's a nat 1.
A nat 1?
Yep.
He seems fine. He seems weirdly fine.
Cool. He's taking this very well.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
He's a practical guy.
Yeah. He's practical and useful and pragmatic.
Yes, yeah.
Are you just using civilization terms about leaders right now? So
I have not played Civilization since Civ 4 back in the day, so I don't know. Maybe I am.
I mean, me too, except I played Civ 4 yesterday, so
There you go. Yeah, you as night begins to fall, you travel back up more into the hills and highlands. As you start seeing dots of, villages, huts, and everything, you starting to see more people here and there as you come off of the tundras and lowlands of this place. And you reach the city of Iceport, which is kind of disconcerting coming from this way. You realize that you have traveled up way high. The ocean, the cliffs dive down below, 200 feet easily. You are up high on top of these fjords, and you come to the largest fjord, and it's the city of Iceport. The place is kind of closing down for the night, though. Though there are lanterns strung along the walls, you can't see the rock of the fjord in this place, as there are just homes and buildings all built along, up and down these cliffs, which offer protection and offer shelter for the port below.
There was a place we stayed at last time we were here. Let me see if I can remember the name of it. Top of my head. Fishhead Inn.
Yes.
It was a reasonable place. Have you stayed there, Allwit? You know where I'm talking about?
I cannot say that I have. We've traveled by land out of here most often. We were going to take a ship because we were going to Rusea, and that was just the easiest way to get there. But
Gotcha.
I'm not a well-liked figure amongst the giant folk.
Oh. Gotcha.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I
feel like we've got a little bit of favor with the Giants at this point. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I
mean, that is something that I must work on. Absolutely. If I'm to rule this region, then I need the support of everyone here. So
maybe just be willing to listen to complaints. People love to complain about things, especially to people that they think might be able to do something about it. So, and it would be a good way for you to find out what people need from you.
Yeah. Actually, my leader, the leader of our community in the mountains, she would once a year she would put out this block of cheese. It was cheese day, and we knew when it was cheese day that the people could come in and complain about whatever they needed to complain about, but they had to take a bite of the cheese. And that was part of the deal. It was pungent, terrible cheese. So not everybody took her up on that offer, but it was there.
I was going to ask how cheese was a proper price, but yeah, I've seen some rough cheeses in my life.
It's an acquired taste. I've eaten from it a number of times. I gotta be honest, I had nothing but complaints, but that's not the real point here. So, you get used to it. But I mean, like, something like that could maybe help of just like, hey, once a year, come in, tell me what's grieving you. You have to wait in line, but let me know. Will I be able to do anything about it? Maybe, but I'll hear you.
You have had some amazing ideas, Fen. I don't know about the cheese thing. This isn't. I mean, I like cheese, and I like. Well, I like. I like fermented yak milk, but that's neither here nor there. Most of the people up here do not eat a lot of cheese. It's not a well-loved thing, especially a stinky, pungent cheese. And I just realized I think that wasn't the point of what you were telling me.
Yeah, the ritual element doesn't seem like the most important, but yeah, there are similar traditions that the lesser nobles in Ravenhold have, so there's precedent.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. Listening to the people and what they need, I think, is going to be vital for next steps. Not ruling like a king, or the pale imitation of a king.
Just a mayor with larger scale.
Precisely. Once we're done with business here, I think I will be returning and changing the way things are done here.
Yeah. The other thing I would say is there's somebody I mentioned your spiritual advisor. She cares deeply about the society, so get her on your side for sure. Camille, High Priestess Camille. But also, honestly, you know who has your town like Winter's Keep's ear is Cask. Like, if you can get her to trust you, she'd be a great just person on the street, and that way she knows what's happening and can let you know if anything concerning is happening.
Cask? Oh, yes, she was very friendly when I first arrived. She runs the tavern.
Oh yeah. And like uh like she somehow like we arrived uh at back in town after seeing a flying fortress, and she already knew about that flying fortress and that it had crashed. So is I she hears things is what I'm saying here.
Good to know. I think yes, reaching out. In fact, at this point he begins to like he pulls out a small notebook and he begins to write down names and things. He says, all right, yeah, I will speak to Cask. That will be vitally important community effort, especially in Winter's Keep itself, but I do need to make inroads in a few other places. Possibly broaching some sort of peace or truce with the Dragonborn up north as well. We are the bordering kingdom, and that might become vital.
Absolutely. And they're not. I will say that I don't know them to be hostile to outsiders. They're just not super friendly to outsiders usually. So approach with care, but don't fear for your life. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. So this tavern, you know where it is?
Yes. And do I remember correctly, Mal, that we had to go? That was when we had to take the rope bridge.
Yes, you did.
To get to that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that rope bridge is operating.
Okay.
In fact, like it, as you're like making your way forward, it like swings up, like lifts up, and like a young Goliath girl, she like steps off of it. She says, 2 copper a ride, 2 copper a ride, up and down, fastest way in town.
Yes. Real quick though, do we need to do anything? Like, do we need to get? Is the ship already here? Do we need to get the stuff onto the ship?
The ship should already be here. In fact,
Okay.
make me perception checks. All of you.
Ollie is.
Okay, I got the best possible outcome with a single digit. So 11.
11. Okay.
23.
23.
No.
Before. Also
Okay.
that.
Awadir like points down and like, he knows what banner the ship that they were going on flies, but he points down, he says, and you follow his hand as he's pointing towards the ship. But what catches your eye, Grief and Torsten, is that there is a much larger ship here, a gunship. Its current doesn't have the guns out. That deck is sealed off, but it is a massive ship bearing the banner of Vosna. It dwarfs the other merchant vessels here. And you see that there are a smattering of Vosnan soldiers scattered throughout the docks. And that's where we're going to call it tonight.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
Awesome. Fantastic session. Thank you, everyone. Let's go ahead and do our outros. We'll start with you, Silver.
Hi, everyone. I am Silver_Bulette here on Twitch as well as over on YouTube. You can also find me as the host of Capes and Caverns, a podcast that is, 11 episodes strong now of our adventures through overlaying superheroes onto Dungeons and Dragons using a system that I wrote up that's, 120 pages, I think. I love it. It's wonderful. There's a lot to be tested, and my players were so kind in helping me test it and trying to break it. It was great. And now it's a podcast that you can enjoy in 30-minute chunks. That's found wherever you can find podcasts. Also, if you want to look up All the Web's a Stage, hopefully I'll get more plays written and we can do some more play fun of 5-minute varieties. That's me.
Excellent. Levi.
Hello, I am Levi. You can find me at likethegenes.bluesky.social. You can find my design work at likethegenes.ish.io. I just this past Friday released an Odyssey tape, a special mechanic in the game Public Access. See whether our lucky contestant goes with Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, or Bachelor number 3. Speaking of Carver Middlewood Games, I am also a sort of contributor for Sprigs and Kindling, especially this most recent issue is all focused on the Between. So if you like Gothic horror and Victorian London, there is 141 pages of fantastic art and incredible content. I myself contributed a playbook called The Watcher and 3 unseens, one in the actual unseen session, very similar mechanic to the Odyssey tapes, and 2 that are exclusive to a mastermind, Guy Fawkes, written by the fantastic Artie Wells. And there is so much more. I could be here all day. Thank you very much.
Jaden.
Hey friends, I am Siliqui or Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I mostly hang out on TikTok and make a variety of content for as long as TikTok exists, I guess. I've also started streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons, though I am a bit, it's been a little bit, but I'm hoping to get back into it. You can find me over on YouTube and here on Twitch as FatSapphicBro. As for TTRPG actual play streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, not the last 7 days of each month. All the actual details are in the announcements. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And I'm Archangelic. You can find me here at all the times Siliqui said in the announcements. You can also find many links for me. Actually, you can find all my links on my website, archangelic.space. I am also doing professional GMing on startplaying.games. If you're interested in having me run a game for you, you can book me at startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. That link is also on my website. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. The link is in our link tree and it's also in the channel description. We have a podcast version of this game. You can search up Era of the Dragons wherever you find podcasts. We are going to be going into our Patreon supported after show shortly. You can find those audio after shows at our Patreon, patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. The after show will always be free, but your support would mean the world to us. Thank you, wonderful players, for being here and playing along. Thank you for our audience for joining us. And lastly, thank you to our producer Polygeist for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you and we couldn't do it without you. And with that, as always, we love you and we hope to see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye.